Hey, this is John Schubert of Schubert Technologies, just doing a review of the RACEPOW battery charger. So I've been a subscriber of Troncad FPV, and I was putting together parts, and I'll put a link in the description for creating an FPV drone. And in the course of that, this is the battery that's recommended. And so one of the things I don't have, since I'm new to this, and I've only been buying DJI drones, which, you know, come off the shelf out of the box ready to go, I had to deal with the charger. So in the Amazon Vine program, you can get products for free, and in that free exchange, you do a review. So this is that review of their unit. So this is the RACEPOW B6 Lipo battery balance charger, discharger. And on the end, you've got your power, positive, negative, black and white. You put the balanced inputs onto the end there. On this end, it's your input. There is a sensor input, but it does not come with it. It's an optional thing that you can buy. The power cord comes with your power brick, and this plugs into the end of the unit. And I'm going to come back to that here in a moment. So you get a flurry of different adapters here. In the case of my battery, it does not come with that plug. So maybe not 1000% the safest to go to, but I just used the two alligator clips, and then I used this adapter, which goes to this weird connector where they're perpendicular. So right off of the bat, the first time I plugged it in, I had no issues. I just plugged it in and it came on. Right, so first thing comes up, Lipo charge, 1.5 amp, 14.8, and that's because it's currently in the 4S mode. Now the second time I turned it on, anytime I moved this, that happened. So obviously if I'm in the midst of charging, I don't want it to be touchy. And when I started to look at this, you could see parts are flaking off of this. So I pulled it straight out of the box. Whenever I was done with it, I put it straight back into the box. And so I can't explain why. So that dropped me from a 5-star review down to probably a 3. Now, coupled with that, the fact that it didn't come with a manual, I did just type into Google RACEPOW B6 Lipo battery balance charger, and I found a different brand manual. Actually, you'll find several. One is decent, and the next one actually was really good. And I'll put a link to that in the description. So it's sensitive. So you connect it like that, and then I'm going to do that part last. Part of me is nervous about these clips. So first we're going to go in, and this can only go into one. If you notice that there's going to be some tabs on here which make you plug it in one way and one way only. So that's your balance. So that each lead goes into each of the cells that are in the battery. And then for the rest of it, we're going to go, let's see here. Negative is black, positive is red. All right, that's staying on right now, which is a good sign. I'm going to slide this down because I don't want this to short, and go to positive. Now, I'm not recommending people do this, but that's what I've done to make this work. All right, so there we have it. We're physically connected. So you go into battery type and you choose, because it'll do Lipo, nickel, metal hydride, nickel cadmium, NiCd, PB, forgot what that stands for. You can save, or you can load what you've saved, and you can set the program. It doesn't come with a manual, so I don't know why all those are there, but anyway, so this is a Lipo battery. You can go through, and if you just do a single tap, it brings this up. Supposedly a double tap. Well, I've also noticed that if you do a tap and hold, it'll go into this. And here you can go and you can change to the different types of batteries. So 6 cell, which is a 6S, 5, which is 5 cell, 4S. And so basically these are multiples of what each cells are capable of putting out in voltage. Oh, auto. That's interesting. We'll see what that does. Hopefully I don't let the smoke out. So it's going to check for battery. If you get a break in voltage, that means these two clips aren't on there. So being new to this, I didn't realize that at first. I just thought, oh, you just plug this in and then this is what you use for the drone. Nope, wrong answer, Sparky. So here it's saying, okay, this is a 4S. It's showing me the voltage for each cell, 4.9, 4.9, and a pair of 4.8s. Let's see. I'm a bit nervous because I haven't used it this way, but 4 cell is correct. So if you press and hold, oh, okay, so it's charging. So this is the current voltage of the battery. It's at 16.3, and that's a combination of all the cells. It's been charging for 48 seconds. I have yet to figure out what this is. I have seen that change in values, but yeah, no clue. So we hit start. This button stops it, and let's go ahead and change it in mode. Let's go back to 4S. And so this is, if you're familiar with charging, this is your rate. And some people do 1C, and then you can go up depending on how much time you have. If you're in a hurry, you can bring it up. I think from what I've been reading, most people recommend, maybe 2 if you're in a big hurry. I'm not. So 1 amp, and this is a 1551 amp hour. So actually 1C is 1.5. So that's safe for this battery. So in this case, it's going to be slightly different. So on the manual for another manufacturer, what I found is you want to make sure these two match. What did it detect, and what did you select? If those two match, then you know you've done it correctly. So there we go. We're charging at 1.5 amps. That's the current battery voltage, and this timer will time up. And it does have a automatic timer, so it can turn off because if these overheat from an overcharge, these are self-sustaining and fires from what I'm hearing and reading from battery charging safety videos here on YouTube. But anyway, so there's your balanced charge. Actually, no, this is not balanced charging. So let's go ahead and stop it. So this is charge mode. So this just charges it straight. It does also have a balanced mode. There we go. All right, so when you're in balanced mode, it's going to balance between the cells. Fast charge, as the name implies, you're trying to charge it faster. Storage mode, so that's what I want to do now. 14.8, 4S. It's going to discharge at 1 amp mode. It's going to do the battery check, confirm 4 and 4. Looks good. And so now it's going to discharge this battery so that it can be safely stored. Since obviously I'm not flying this in the next 24 hours, and I did charge this, everybody that I'm reading suggests bringing this back down to a storage mode. So if you've got some experiences with that, feel free to comment below. But anyway, so now you've seen this in operation. I gave it 3 stars. I knocked it down 1 because it came with no manual, and 2nd because the input is very touchy. Perhaps you can go to a hobby store or onto Amazon and get the connector for this, which now that I'm saying this out loud, I should definitely go do. But anyway, there you go. That's the RACEPOW B6 Lipo battery balance charger discharger. It works great. I wish it had a manual. And I think if it weren't for the connector, I'd be super happy with it. I mean, obviously I'm going to make it work. And yeah, I just wish that hadn't came apart. I don't, think that it was due to damage in shipping. There's a little bit of intrusion on the box. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. And if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.